Hey friends, Sean here, Mr. Hero Support Guy, your friendly neighborhood guide to the good life. Hope you're doing well. This message is for all you aspiring guardians of the good life out there and ones that are already actively being guardians of the good life. I want to give you a little talk about, with this visual aid, about um, what I call the anatomy of a hero or an anatomy of an empowered problem solver. You could call it a guardian of the good life or even just an empowered individual. But a lot of times we don't really know how to tell the difference between the different types of characters, right? Not everybody has read my Know Your Role book that you can get on Amazon for 99 cents, um, which is all about how to recognize and break out of dysfunctional patterns of managerial behavior in day to day life for everyday people. Since I see all of you as managers of situations, right? Whether you're at home or at work, at school or at church. Anyways, there's a few key ways to tell if you and the people around you are living heroically and or trying to live heroically, right? Nobody's perfect. We're all works in progress, right? We want progress, not perfection. Um, but there is a difference between doing things in a way that's really destructive and kind of doing things in a way that's half, baked. And then there's a way of doing things that's more intentional and constructive and catalytic. And that's the domain of the empowered problem solver. So, one thing you can look for is honesty and integrity. So, this means just telling people the truth when it's safe and productive to do so. And, meaning what one says they mean and then doing what they say they're going to do, right? So basically, if you say you're this or that thing, you have to actually demonstrate that with your actions. You have to practice what you preach. Um, Second thing is self directedness and autonomy. So this simply means, is the person a follower or are they a leader, right? Are they taking initiative or are they, waiting in the background for someone else to take charge and lead? Because people who are going to be taking charge over their situation and improving it in whatever safe, legal, appropriate way that's peaceful and kind, they're going to be doing it because they want to. They're going to be self-directed. They don't need someone to give them permission uh, to know what is going to be good for them. They already know, right? Um, so this is somewhat about adulting. Autonomy means self-directedness. And the next thing is esteem of self and others, right? They're going to speak highly of themselves and also of other people. Even you notice when I talk about someone's acting like villainous, I still say that I would care for them and be kind with them and have them as a friend, as long as it's safe to do so. Maybe I keep them at an arm's length, but I don't describe them as someone that's beneath me and the human value system. I think everybody is equally valued and deserving of respect, even if I disagree with them and I don't live the way they live or manage the way they manage. I still want to speak highly of them and myself. Um, and part of that is knowing that their behavior is not them, right? They're this multidimensional being that created by God or whatever name you might give it. And they're worth a lot, right? So we want to esteem ourselves and others and not denigrate people and tear them down. Another one is I can do itness and self efficacy. So heroes have a high level of I can do itness. They believe in themselves and they practice their skills and they have a growth mindset. And so they get better and better and better. And they don't really believe in failure. They don't really see not getting it right the first few times as failing. They see that as practice. So next thing is a balanced caregiving style. Heroes, guardians of the good life, they care about themselves and the other person or party involved, and they care about the situation. So whereas the villainous crowd is putting their personal wants over the wants and interests of other parties, other people, and people that are going to be stuck in the enabler side of the spectrum of how they're doing managing things, they're caring less about themselves and more about the people that are exploiting them or treating them poorly or dominating them or harming them somehow or coercing their compliance with threats of punishment. So we don't want to be dominating and we don't want to be the doormat, right? We don't want to be the muddy boots and we don't want to be the doormat. We want to have a balanced caregiving style where we care about ourselves and others and about the situation. Intentionality and goal directedness has to do with doing things on purpose because you have a specific outcome in mind. Because in any given day or situation, you might have all kinds of desires to give up or quit or act out or to go here or there or to do this impulsive thing. But we want to try to not respond to situations on a whim impulsively. Instead, we want to try to anchor our thoughts and our feelings and our action planning to a certain desired outcome that we're moving towards, right? And we're going to manage our impression and control our reactions so that we can get to that desired outcome. Next thing, initiative and follow through. I mentioned that earlier with the self-directedness, I think, and the I can do itness part. Um, People who are acting as guardians of the good life, they can take initiative when they see something is wrong, right? So that example, the self-efficacy and the initiative kind of goes. Good example is Ron Weasley in Harry Potter. When he first starts out, he's not heroic quite yet. He's in a sidekick role. And the difference between him and Harry Potter is that Harry takes initiative when he sees a troll going into the Hogwarts bathroom and he knows it's going to be unsafe for that to occur. So he takes initiative to go confront that in an appropriate, safe, legal way, right? As much as he has to do that. And whereas Ron is not taking initiative, he's looking to Harry to lead. So Harry has that self-directedness and that I can do itness that Ron doesn't have, which allows him to take initiative. And then following through means you complete the task that you started, right? So many people aren't able to follow through because of whatever lack of skills and knowledge and support and training and practice. So if you want to increase your self-efficacy, the I can do itness, you want to increase your competence at whatever task, and you'll be able to tell that you're having more competence because you're following through. And then lastly on this list is an assertive problem solving style. So that means facing problems when they occur rather than trying to stick your head in the sand, right? Um, and avoid having to deal with them, which so many people do. All right, guys, hope that helps you to understand a few of the traits that I describe as heroic in everyday life. And have a great day and a great life.